Imagine a battlefield where the fiercest fights are won without a single sword drawn, where power is not shouted, but held quietly, patiently, beneath the surface. This is the hidden dominion of silent control, the quiet strength that Stoicism teaches us to master. In this journey, you'll discover how true power doesn't come from revealing everything you know or showing your hand too early, but from the art of restraint, holding your knowledge and skills like a well-kept secret, waiting for the perfect moment to strike with clarity and precision. In a world obsessed with noise, those who speak less gain more. They see further, conserve energy, and make every word count. The underestimated often hold the greatest advantage, turning others' low expectations into a strategic surprise. Behind this quiet mastery lies a relentless, unseen study, an internal forge where patience sharpens wisdom and anticipation builds unshakable calm. Here, patience is not passivity, but the ultimate weapon, guiding you to choose your battles wisely and craft victories before the challenge even begins. What you will take away from this is not only a new way to navigate conflict and life storms, but a profound transformation where silence becomes your strongest ally and control, the power that shapes everything. As you walk this path, you'll learn to see beyond impulsive reactions, developing the peace of mind, presence, and fortitude that define the Stoic way, not through loud declarations, but through steady, silent dominion over yourself and your world. This is not just a lesson in patience. It is an awakening to power that quietly governs the game before it even starts. If this is making sense to you so far, like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. It's in the quiet sharing of these ideas that their true power begins to spread. We've been talking about the profound strength that comes from silent control, the art of restraint, and the strategic advantage of not revealing your hand too soon. But this isn't about manipulation or deceit. It's about wisdom, preparedness, and the profound understanding of human nature that Stoicism offers. It's about recognizing that true power is an internal state, not an external display. It's about making every word, every action count, because it's born from deliberate thought, not impulsive reaction. Think for a moment about the people you truly admire, not the loudest, not the most flamboyant, but those who possess an unshakable calm, a quiet authority. Often, these are the individuals who have mastered the art of being underestimated. This isn't a passive state. A weakness could be exploited. It is, in fact, a deeply strategic position. When others expect little of you, they lower their guard. They fail to see the depths of your resolve, the extent of your preparation, or the keenness of your insight. This blindness in others creates a vast, open field for you to operate with unparalleled freedom and effectiveness. Consider a modern workplace scenario. You're in a meeting, a crucial project on the table. Someone else, perhaps eager to impress, dominates the conversation, offering quick, often half-baked ideas. They're loud, they're visible, and they might even capture the immediate attention of the room. You, however, are observing, listening intently, absorbing every nuance of the discussion, every unspoken tension, every potential pitfall. You don't jump in with the first thought that crosses your mind. You allow others to exhaust their quick fixes, to showcase their immediate reactions. While they are performing, you are processing. You are analyzing the data, recalling relevant experiences, and structuring a solution that is not just reactive, but truly proactive and robust. When you finally speak, it's not a burst of words, but a carefully considered intervention. Your contribution is concise, incisive, and addresses the core of the problem in a way that others, blinded by their own need for visibility, overlooked. The impact is undeniable. It's not just a good idea, it's the idea, presented with a clarity and depth that cuts through the noise. This is the power of being underestimated. It allows you to bypass the initial competitive rush, to gather information without revealing your own intentions, and to deliver a strategic surprise that speaks for itself. It's an application of Epictetus's wisdom. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. When you are underestimated, people expect you to speak less, to contribute less, and thus, they are far more likely to underestimate the profound insights you are gathering. This strategic positioning isn't born overnight. It emerges from a relentless, unseen study, an internal forge where character is tempered and wisdom is sharpened. It's the silent work you do when no one is watching, the disciplines you commit to, not for applause, but for mastery. Think of the Stoic philosopher, not cloistered away from the world, but actively engaged in the world, yet always returning to the inner citadel of their mind for reflection, for practice. This internal forge is where patience sharpens wisdom and anticipation builds an unshakable calm. It's the daily habit of reflection, of journaling, of contemplating the nature of reality and our place within it. It's the continuous exercise of reason, of distinguishing between what is within your control and what is not. In our loud, distracted world, there's an immense pressure to constantly perform, to be visible, to broadcast every thought and every achievement. But the Stoic path understands that true strength is cultivated in solitude, in the quiet moments of introspection and deliberate practice. It's the athlete who trains relentlessly when the stadium is empty, refining their technique, building their endurance, not for the show, but for the inherent satisfaction of mastery. It's the craftsman who meticulously hones their skill, not for the recognition of others, but for the integrity of the work itself. This unseen study is your greatest asset. It's the deep well from which your quiet strength will spring when it's truly needed. This internal work allows you to develop an invaluable capacity, the ability to discern when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to wait. Seneca once wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This continuous learning is your unseen study. It means analyzing situations not just superficially, but delving into the underlying causes and potential consequences. It means developing a profound understanding of yourself, your impulses, your biases, your strengths, and your weaknesses. It's an ongoing process of self-correction, of refining your internal landscape so that when you face an external challenge, you are not reacting from a place of ignorance or emotion, but from a foundation of reasoned wisdom. This internal forge prepares you for every battle, ensuring that your quiet presence isn't a sign of weakness, but a reservoir of immense untapped power, ready to be deployed with precision and purpose. This brings us to one of the most misunderstood and powerful weapons in the Stoic arsenal: patience. In our instant gratification culture, patience is often mistaken for passivity, for simply waiting for things to happen. A stoic patience is anything but passive. It is an active, strategic choice. It is the deep understanding that not every challenge demands an immediate response, that sometimes the most powerful action is no action at all. Yet, patience is the ability to hold your ground, to observe the unfolding situation, to allow events to ripen, and to choose the precise moment to strike. It's the ultimate weapon because it allows you to conserve your energy, to gather intelligence, and to ensure that when you finally act, it is with maximum impact and minimal wasted effort. Think of a chess grandmaster. They don't rush their moves. They analyze the entire board, anticipating multiple steps ahead. They sacrifice minor pieces to gain a strategic advantage, and they wait for their opponent to make a mistake, to expose a weakness. Their patience isn't a lack of desire to win. It's the very mechanism through which victory is achieved. In everyday life, this manifests in countless ways. Perhaps you're dealing with a difficult colleague. Your immediate impulse might be to confront them, to react to their provocations. But stoic patience would urge you to pause, to observe their patterns, to understand the motivations behind their behavior, to wait for a moment when a calm, rational conversation might actually be heard, rather than just escalating conflict. It's about choosing your battles wisely. Not every slight demands a response. Not every argument is worth engaging in. Sometimes the most powerful response is to simply let it go, to detach from the external drama, and to preserve your internal peace. This active patience also means knowing when to plant a seed and wait for it to grow, rather than trying to force it to bloom prematurely. It means understanding that meaningful change, whether in a relationship, a career, or a personal habit, takes time and consistent effort. It's the discipline to stick with a long-term goal, even when immediate results aren't visible, trusting in the process and the eventual outcome. This isn't about being slow. It's about being deliberate. It's about building victories before the challenge even begins, by preparing meticulously, by understanding the terrain, and by timing your actions for maximum effectiveness. This deep, strategic patience cultivates an unshakable calm, allowing you to navigate life's storms not by fighting every wave, but by understanding the currents and sailing with purpose. It is the manifestation of inner freedom, the ability to choose your response, rather than being dictated by external pressures or fleeting emotions. Through this unwavering commitment to silent control, to the unseen study, and to active patience, you cultivate the very hallmarks of stoic character: peace of mind, presence, and fortitude. Peace of mind isn't the absence of trouble. It's the ability to remain undisturbed by external events, knowing that your inner world is your sanctuary, fully within your control. It's the calm that settles over you when you understand that while you can't control the weather, you can control whether you carry an umbrella or complain about the rain. This peace is a byproduct of understanding what truly matters: your character, your virtue, your judgments, and letting go of what doesn't, like others' opinions or unpredictable outcomes. Presence, in this context, means being fully engaged in the now, undistracted by regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. It's the ability to give your full attention to the task at hand, to the conversation you're having, to the lesson you're learning. When you are truly present, you are not just physically there. Your mind is also fully anchored in the moment, observing, learning, experiencing. This level of presence is what allows you to see opportunities others miss, to understand subtleties that others overlook, and to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom, rather than operating on autopilot. It is the awareness that allows you to apply your silent control and strategic patience effectively, because you're fully attuned to the reality of the present moment. And then there is fortitude. Fortitude is not just about enduring hardship. It's about facing adversity with courage, resilience, and an unwavering spirit. It's the inner strength that allows you to stand firm in your principles, to persevere through challenges, and to transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. This fortitude is forged in the unseen study, sharpened by patience, and sustained by peace of mind. It's the recognition that every difficulty is a chance to practice virtue, to demonstrate your inner strength, and to reinforce your commitment to the Stoic path. When you embody fortitude, you don't merely survive, you thrive, growing stronger with each test, becoming more deeply rooted in your own internal power. These three virtues, peace of mind, presence, and fortitude, are not theoretical concepts. They are the living, breathing results of embracing silent control and applying Stoic wisdom to your everyday life. They transform you from a reactive individual tossed by the whims of fate into a deliberate agent of your own destiny. This journey is not just a lesson in patience. It is an awakening to power that quietly governs the game before it even starts. It's a profound transformation where silence becomes your strongest ally, and control, the power that shapes everything, becomes your inherent state. You learn to see beyond impulsive reactions, developing the inner peace, the focused presence, and the unwavering fortitude that define the Stoic way, not through loud declarations or grandstanding, but through steady, silent dominion over yourself and your world. This is the quiet revolution you undertake when you commit to understanding what is truly within your control. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just an ancient adage. It's a blueprint for modern living. In a world clamoring for your attention, demanding your immediate reaction, and often trying to dictate your internal state, your greatest power lies in your ability to control your own mind, your own judgments, and your own responses. To master the art of silent control is to master yourself. It is to recognize that the most impactful battles are fought and won not in the external arena, but within the quiet confines of your own consciousness. It is to understand that true authority stems not from how loudly you speak, but from the unshakable calm and profound wisdom that radiates from your very being. So I invite you to reflect. Where in your life can you embrace more silence, more strategic patience, more unseen study? Where can you leverage the power of being underestimated? How might cultivating peace of mind, presence, and fortitude transform your interactions, your decisions, and your overall sense of purpose? Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this resonates with you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more insights, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What aspect of silent control or quiet strength speaks most to you? Let's continue this conversation.